Well, hey, and welcome to another IC82 video. It's late at night, it's quite dark outside, and as you can see, the conservatory, well, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's a bit of a mess, and there's a very good reason for that. Basically, I still have all my rolling stock absolutely all over the place, and we're building the Lego loop. We're actually completing it, along with the other 00 gauge loop just over there. I want 3 complete loops so that I can run lots of 00 trains and Lego trains as well. But we have a bit of a logistics problem. Well, I don't know if it's a logistics problem, that's concerned with the transportation of stuff, isn't it? So yeah, I suppose it is. I suppose it is a logistics problem. We have these absolutely fantastic locomotives and this absolutely brilliant range of rolling stock. And it is good, don't get me wrong, but there's a problem. It's in the way. It's in the way. It is so totally in the way. This is exactly where I want to run the Lego loop, all the way around the top, so that it completes a loop just over there, and we have the station on that side. There we go. So it's in the way, and I've got to move it. Now, I do have some excellent videos coming up on permanent, really nice, presentable, long-term storage for your rolling stock. But the first step is to actually get all of this rolling stock, all these different wagons, locomotives too, like this gorgeous GWR. It's not a Prairie, is it? No. Oh, I've learnt my lesson. Oh yes. Lots of bricks thrown through the window that night. No, it's not a Prairie tank. It's well, it's nothing, isn't it? It's just a gorgeous GWR 062. That's right. So the locomotives as well. Everything has got to be put away, and it's got to be put away really, really nice, really, really carefully. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Right, so for this video and for this task, there are a few things you're going to need. The first thing is a box, just like this one. This is probably about 4 or 5 quid or something like that from places like Wilko's, but you can find similar storage boxes in Hobbycraft and even Argos and stuff. So look around, and you might even find like a really, really bargain one in like a pound shop or something. But I wouldn't get something too cheap, because it's obviously got to be strong enough and safe enough and stuff. You don't want it collapsing as you go up the stairs or whatever. But yeah, you need a box like this, some bubble wrap. Don't ask me why I've got a whole box full of the stuff, but you need some bubble wrap. Maybe not 18 million tons of it like I've got, but you do need at least a little bit of bubble wrap. And if you haven't got bubble wrap, it's okay. You could probably use like a tea towel or a blanket or even cushions, but you need something that's soft and foamy, something that's spongy, to layer on the bottom of the box and between each layer of rolling stock. Then you're going to need some scissors. And last but by no means least, our good old friend, the trusty Sharpie. Right, I hope you can hear and see me okay, because I've actually got the camera swung around the other way and the screen flipped over so that I can just about see what I'm doing. Because obviously I'm working with pretty big stuff. This isn't your average IC82 review. So you'll have to bear with me, but I hope it's okay. So if we just get the box first, here we go, and then I'm going to need my Sharpie, so I'll just put the Sharpie in the box for now. There you go. Oh, aren't they cute? I love them. Right, and now we're going to need some bubble wrap. So, oh, this is quite a big piece actually here. And what you need to do is to mark out your bubble wrap. So we're going to put some bubble wrap in the bottom of this container here. Now, as I say, you can use like a towel or a tea towel or foam or a blanket that's cut up, or even old t-shirts, but you just need something, you know, something nice and soft to help look after the rolling stock, basically, because, you know, we've got to look after it. So I'm just going to put some of this bubble wrap in here. Again, don't ask me why I have so much. I'm just a hoarder. I think I just collect it over the years. So we're not going to need masses going up the sides, just a little bit. So if I just mark it out roughly like that. Nope, that's still too much. I need to pull up this side a little bit. There we go. That's perfect. So I know that you can't quite see this because of the angle the camera's at, but trust me, bear with me. On this side here, on the front, you can see that I have along there, well, you can't see, but trust me, it's there. You can see that there's about an inch of bubble wrap going up the sides, and we're going to mark about an inch up this side as well. You don't need, you know, all this, that's for sure. So all you do is, seeing as that side's basically cut to perfection and that side's cut ready, we just mark the pen along like this. Don't worry about it if it's not quite neat. Don't worry if you miss bits or if there's bubbles. Well, it's bubble wrap, but you know what I mean. And then just do the same on this side here. And then that'll do. That's all you need to do. It's really, really simple. So that when you take the bubble wrap out, you can see, can't you, that very, very roughly, we've got like a sort of rectangle marked out in our bubble wrap. And then just grab your scissors and look at this. I'm even going to cut straight into it, not even going in from the sides. Wow, what an animal. So we just cut straight down like that, and then straight across like this. I hope you can see, I really do. I hope you're getting all of this because I would be rubbish on Blue Peter. Okay, take all the excess away, and there we have it. We have our first layer of bubble wrap for our rolling stock storage container solution. I just made that up. So get your storage container again, put it in the bottom, pat it out a little bit. Don't worry about the Sharpie pen, that's not an issue. It's dry already, so there's nothing to worry about. And there we have it. The bottom of this container has a lovely layer of bubble wrap now. And it's safe to start putting rolling stock in. If you're really, really anxious, you know, if you want to be mega, mega careful, then you can put in extra layers. And you can even get, you know, as he leans across, you can even get your rolling stock, and then you can wrap up the actual rolling stock as well. And wrap it up again and again and again. But to be honest, there's not really a need to do that. And as I say, this isn't a long-term solution. Well, it isn't for me. You could use it as a long-term solution if you wanted to, but you would have to be very, very careful. So do buy loads of bubble wrap or foam or tea towels or whatever, and make sure you wrap everything up and everything's well protected, and then you just place everything nicely inside. But this is only temporary. This is literally for transport, basically. This is to just get rolling stock out of this conservatory and up to the proper railway room. So I'm just going to put one layer in the bottom, and then I'm going to fill it up with rolling stock, and then I'm going to put another layer over the top. But what you do before you do that, and you do need to have made a decision about how you're going to do it, is you need to cut more of the same, obviously, because you don't want to be trying to squeeze bubble wrap into the container whilst it's half full of wagons and coaches. So use the original one you made from the bottom as your template, and then basically just make loads of those. And you'll find that a container like this, which, as I say, was about £5 or £6 or something, so probably about $10, this will hold loads. Absolutely. I mean, just look how deep it is. This will hold. In fact, you probably won't want to fill it because it'll get too heavy, and you know, the heavier it is, the more chance it's got of warping, or if you drop it, then you're going to damage more, aren't you? So you probably wouldn't want to fill it, but it will take a lot. So you need probably about 4 or 5 of these layers, because it gives you extra padding then, and you can put one on the top as well, and it keeps the dust and spiders out and everything. I have got lids for them, don't worry, I have got lids, but you never know. So I'm going to make some more. Now, how many layers have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that is enough. I definitely don't need to do any more for now. So, you grab your box again, you put a layer in the bottom, like so. There's no need to glue it down or anything. There's no need to, I mean, again, this is temporary, okay? This is literally just for transportation and short-term storage. But if you were doing this long-term for the next 50 years or something, then yeah, glue it down. In fact, you can write all over the box, you can put pretty patterns on it, whatever. But there's no need, So there we go, it's in place, and I now need to put the rolling stock in nice and carefully. Hey, so we're back again, isn't editing magic? Right, and this time we've got a whole load of wagons, as you can see. So, I mean, you know, they're mixed wagons. Some of them are Hornby, some of them are Bachmann, some of them are Mainline, some of them are Dapol. But it doesn't matter, they're all double gauge, they've all got similar sorts of couplings, and they're all going to go in here nice and carefully. So, I'm just going to put this one up here in the corner like that, and then sit that one right next to it, that wagon next to that wagon next to this one, and so on. Just being really careful, really gentle. They're pretty tough, they're pretty sturdy, you know. I mean, there's granddads handing down collections to their grandsons that are 50 years old, and some of them are still really, really good. So they will take a fair bit of abuse. But again, as you can see, I mean, just look at that. That's almost perfect. And this is just completely random. I didn't measure anything before I went to the shops. It just happens to be a perfect size. If it's not a perfect size, it's not a problem. You just, like, say if you've got half the space of a wagon just here, or I'll take it out from this end so you can see better. There we go. Let's just say that you have half a wagon there and there's not enough room for a complete wagon. It's not a problem. Just get some more bubble wrap or tissue paper, you know, all that stuff that Hornby give you is pretty good. And then basically just wrap it up into a ball or a log and then just wedge it down the side like that. And you'll find that your rolling stock, your items are really secure. They're not going to wobble about or shake about, they should be fine. But in this case, with this container I had from Wilko's, it seems to be just perfect. So I'm going to carry on putting the stock in, and you'll see, look, I'm not afraid to try different sizes as well. I've got some of the MHA wagons here. These are absolutely gorgeous, and they're weathered and with a load that's all nice and fixed in as well. So I'm even going to put some of these in. You'll notice that there's no coupling on the end of that one just there, and that's because it was supposed to be the back of the freight train, but I haven't put like a little red blinking lamp on the end yet. So I'm going to get these put in as well, and I could put them the same, you know, the same orientation like this, but I'm going to put them this way instead, so that they don't get tangled with the other wagons. Okay, welcome back. Again, it's been just seconds for you, but about 10 minutes for me. And as you can see, we have a full bottom layer. I'm not going to tilt it up too much, just in case, yeah, that's about as far as I am willing to go. But as you can see, it's pretty well packed in there, it's not too bad. There was a slight incident up in this corner here, where you can see that we had like a really awkward space left, and I did what I said I was going to do and what I recommend you do. I'm just straightening these. That's the OCD in me. And there we go. Oh, forget it. Yeah, I basically just got some spare bubble wrap, folded it up, you know, rolled it up into a log, I should say, and then twisted one end over and wedged it in the corner there. And it's sound. It's really, really good. So now we grab another layer of bubble wrap, put that over the top. I'm going to put it this way. I'm going to put it bubble side down, so that we've got a nice flat surface ready to go again with. And the corner lamp has just gone off. Not very professional. Right, and then we're ready to go again. So again, it could be more of the same, more wagons, more tankers, or you could decide to put coaches on. When it comes to locomotives, because of their weight, if you're using just one container or a couple, I recommend that you put the locomotives in the bottom. But I've got so many locomotives and so much rolling stock that I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put the locomotives in a box on their own, and then that way I can easily get to the locomotives and the rolling stock whenever I want to, you know. So, yeah, see me again in a minute when I've put another layer in. Right, I'm back again, and again, for you it's been about a second or two, and for me it's actually been about half an hour. I've done a whole other 2 layers, so I'm just going to grab another little piece of bubble wrap, put that in the top, like so. Oops, caught the wrong one there. There we go. And that is that. So then you grab the lid. I say that's that because I've not really got any more wagons to put in here. It doesn't look a lot, does it? But it is. The wagons I've got out still are the mega boxes with all the stones in, and the Thomas and Tank stuff, and Percy's network rail train, and Thomas's breakdown train. So, oh yeah, and of course there's the Toy Story one as well. Basically the rest of it doesn't need to go in here, and I'll either do something else with that or put it in another container. So I think that's fine for now. I'm not going to overload it, I'm not going to put another layer in. It could take another layer easily, as you can see, but I'm going to leave it as it is, put the lid on, and there we go. Wow, look at that. Oh, it's really heavy as well. That is a box of rolling stock. And nope, it's not going off to S&J Models. Apologies to you for that, but it's going up to the green room upstairs where the proper layout is being built. And there we have it. Just 2 or 3 short hours later, we have a complete Lego loop. All the boxes put away, all the rolling stock put away, everything out of sight, a little bit of a clean to the floor, and here we have it. A complete Lego loop going all the way around, accompanying the 00 gauge layout. I still have to plug the gap in the 00 second loop just over there, but that shouldn't take a minute. And as you can see, all the way around to the top, where we've got the Emerald Knight and her coach sat waiting to go. So yeah, it looks pretty bare, doesn't it? It does look pretty bare. It's like, where have all my trains gone? Well, I still have them. They're just now in transit up the stairs to the proper railway room. So yeah, there we have it basically. That's it.